What's a childhood mystery you finally solved years later? Mine? It haunted me for 3 years until I uncovered something that still gives me chills. When I was 10, my grandma came to live with us after my grandpa passed away. She was quiet during the day, but every night, like clockwork at 9 p.m., something strange would happen. I'd hear her talking, but not just muttering to herself like people say old folks do. I'm talking full-blown conversations. She'd laugh, ask questions, argue, like someone was actually in the room with her. But the weirdest part? She was alone. Every time I peeked in, there she was, just sitting at her vanity mirror, talking to no one. My parents brushed it off. Old people talk to themselves, they said, but I wasn't buying it. This wasn't random babbling. It was specific, real. I'd hear things like, "Oh, really? What did the doctor say?" Pause. "Well, that's wonderful news, dear." And every night I'd hear new updates. Family gossip, health issues, old memories. Sometimes she'd even argue with the person she was talking to. "No, that's not how it happened. You're remembering it wrong." I became obsessed. I started listening through the walls, crawled under her window to see if someone was standing outside, checked for phones, radios, anything. But every time, it was just Grandma, alone, talking, laughing, arguing with the air. She knew details about people I'd never heard of, places from decades ago. She'd mention people's kids, jobs, surgeries, stuff you can't just make up. It was like she had this entire invisible friend group that only came to life at 9 p.m. Finally, one night when I was 13, I knocked on her door. "Grandma, who are you talking to?" She looked at me, genuinely puzzled. "What do you mean, sweetie? I'm just getting ready for bed." But I knew what I'd heard. When I told my parents, they exchanged this strange look. Then my mom sat me down and said, "Honey, Grandma has dementia. She's not really talking to anyone. Her brain is just confused." But that explanation didn't sit right with me. Those conversations weren't random. They had flow, emotion, context, consistency. Years later, after Grandma passed away when I was 16, we started cleaning out her room. And that's when we found it. Tucked away in her vanity drawer, a tape recorder, and dozens of cassette tapes, neatly labeled. Sunday calls with the girls, coffee talk with Mary and Ruth, book club discussion, the dates. Some went back over 40 years. I played one from 1987, and my blood ran cold. It was Grandma and 3 other women having the exact same conversation I'd heard her having alone in 2003. Same jokes, same stories, same voices. Turns out every night she had been playing old recordings of her best friends who had all passed away, and she'd talk back, responding in real time, like they were still there. In her address book, we found their names, with the dates they died written next to them. Mary, 1995. Ruth, 1998. Helen, 2001. For 3 years, I wasn't hearing a confused old woman. I was listening to a grieving heart, refusing to let go. She kept her friendships alive the only way she could, by reliving them night after night. She wasn't talking to herself. She was having coffee with ghosts. And somehow, that's both the saddest and most beautiful thing I've ever seen.